this lesson, we're going to look at creating G-class folders. So these are the folders you heard about in the previous little cartoon and hopefully read about a little bit. I'm going to show you how to do it from scratch. There's another video that shows you how to use a pre-made Google Sheets file that has it already installed, but I'm going to show you how to do it from scratch here now. So I'm going to go over here to create, and I'm going to create my spreadsheet. Now hopefully you've exported maybe your students and their email addresses as a CSV file, and so you could just paste those in a minute, and I'll show you how to do that. But I'm going to go here to the script gallery to install the G-class folder, and you can see I've got it right there. And if you didn't see it, you could search for that. Just type in G-class folders, all one word, and it should come up. But I'm going to go ahead and click install here, and it tells me authorization is required, and I'm going to say yes. I'm going to accept that. And now when I close this window, you'll see a new menu, G-class folders. So I want to do my initial settings now, so I'm going to click on that. Nothing's really changed in the spreadsheet yet. So you can pretty much leave these defaults the way they are. You don't really need to change those at all. You want to leave this in single teacher mode unless you're doing it as a school, and I think right now we're probably all in single teacher mode. So I'm going to go ahead and save, and it's going to add some captions here. Now, if I had a list on a spreadsheet of my students, I could just paste them in their first names. I could paste their last names and their email. For the class name, we'll add that. So I'm going to use my demo student here. So his name is Isles Demo. Student email is isles.demo. That needs to be the full email address. Class name, we're going to call this, I don't know, brain surgery. And period. You could put a period in here. The benefit of doing that is if you have all of your students in this sheet, you could then sort them by period if you wanted. So we'll just go ahead and say this is period 1. And my email address is needed. You can make sure spelling is important here. Once I've got all of my students in here, and for the teacher I could just copy that down if you know how to do that. Now I'm ready to create those folders. So I go over here up to my G-class folders menu. I say create new folders and shares, and then let it do its magic. And it takes a second here. Once it's done, you'll get a little message. Folders were created. And I'm going to say OK. And if I go back to my roster here, you can now see the links for those folders that were created. So some of them are shared, some of them are for the students only. And so you could go directly to those folders if you wanted by clicking on these links. But I want to show it to you back in the drive. So we're going to go into Drive now, and notice it created a new folder in my drive called Brain Surgery, and within there you're going to find those folders. So here's my assignment folder, and in here I will see for period 1 my demo student, and so if my demo student hands something in, I would be able to see it in this folder. So that's one way they could hand in their work. No more papers, can't lose it. The Brain Surgery teacher folder, that's a folder for you to just keep your stuff in. It's not shared. Brain Surgery View is where you can put documents that you want students to see but not edit. And Brain Surgery Edit is where all the students can have access and edit the same document. So maybe you put a PowerPoint in there, you put 4 or 5 different ones, divide the students into teams, and they could all be working on those within that edit folder. So now let's take a look and see what the student sees. So I'm going to log in as a student, sign in, and then we're going to go ahead and go back to Drive. So when your students first log in here, Notice I'm in the shared with me, and that's where my brain surgery assignment folder, view folder, and edit folder will show up. I would recommend you have the students right away make a new folder in their drive where they can put all of your class folders. So I'm going to say brain surgery, because they may have more than one class. Now I'm going to go back to the shared with me, and I will select those 3 and going to move them into the brain surgery class folders. So now they're in my drive. There they are. If I had put something in here, the students could edit it. They could work on it as a group. In here, view. Notice I can't create anything in there. If I were to try and create a new document in there, it says I can't create it. It's read-only. I can go to my hand-in folder, though, and certainly turn a document in there. So I could say I want to create a document in there. It's shared. They just need to say yes, and then whatever they do in here, you're going to be able to see in that folder, but only you and that particular student. Other students cannot see that. So that's G-Class folders, and hopefully you're going to find that very useful. I know I would.